Hey everybody, this is AJ with Car Inspected, and today we are in Woodbridge and we're looking at this 2016 Mercedes Sprinter van 2500 four-wheel drive. Overall pretty decent condition. It's got 125,000 kilometers on it. Up top it is equipped with a Ranger Max rack. I did paint thickness verification throughout. I don't see any panels that have been repainted or covered up or anything like that. There are a couple dings and dents around. Taillights, all that stuff looks good. There's a couple of dents in the rear door here. Chips have been touched up, things like that. It is a work vehicle though, so it's to be expected. Here's the passenger side. We do have a couple of dings and dents here as well. Some along here. You can see those guys. And there are some more on the door here. The biggest one is on the slider door. You can see right there. And then down here along that bottom there is a couple of dents here as well. No rust or anything like that though. Again, a couple of touched up chips, things of that nature. Windows look good. Top looks good. Here we come along the front. Again, I see no repaints or anything like that. Just some chips and nicks, as to be expected for a work vehicle. A couple of things up there. There's a small ding in the hood here, but nothing too big. Front fascia looks good. Headlights, bumper, no signs of any damage or anything like that. It all looks pretty good. Windshield and all the windows are original, St. Gobain's, with no sign of issue. Looks like the washer is kind of falling off here and maybe snap back on. Mirrors all look good, and the driver's side looks good as well. I see no major, couple of little tiny dings, things like this, but nothing too bad at all. Tires, brakes, undercarriage. Tires are getting a bit older. They are 2008s, and you can see in some spots on the tread tops, you can see some dry rot, and that 2008s, they are getting fairly old. There was about 630 seconds of tread on this. Looks nice and even tread wear, no major issues. Brakes, a little bit of rust on the rotors from sitting, and a bit of a gouge in them. Looks like it's new. You can't really see it here. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it with the video, but I got pictures so you can see that. But looks like pads have just been changed recently. Not brand new, but there are, I'd say, 80% left on them. Suspension components all look good. I see no signs of issue. This is a four-wheel drive version. Axles look good. I see no leaks or anything like that. Nice, pretty clean underneath here. Or the passenger front, and again we have a 2008 tire. This one is a little flat, running in air. Might have a slow leak or something like that. There's a 2008 date on there, and same story. A bit of dry rot in the treads, and on the inside bead area you can see when I climbed under there. I wouldn't use these for too much longer. About 630 seconds of tread, and brakes are same story. About 80% on those pads. The rotor is a slight gouge. Under here looks good as well. Again, no leaks or anything like that. Transfer case looks good. No major rust. Some surfacey stuff, but nothing to complain about. There is a bit of a problem with the exhaust. There's the pipe, and as you can see, it stops there, and it's not connected. And here's the tailpipe. That's just kind of shrunk up there, so that needs to be replaced. I don't know if that's in the dealer's plan or not, but that definitely needs to be repaired. Other than that, though, everything seems to look pretty good. Looks like it was kind of ground off there or something weird. Probably fell and then dragged on the ground. That's probably what happened. Rear differential looks good. See no issues, no rust, anything like that. As you can see, it's fairly clean under here. Does have a trailer hitch.
And it does have a trailer brake as well in the cab that you'll see.
Tires in the back, I've skipped this one. Again, it is a 2008 with a bit of dry rot and about 6/32 of tread. And rear brakes are pretty much the same as the front. Rotors are decent, a little bit of a lip, and pads are fairly new, about 80%. And it is the same story on this side. 2008, about 6/32 of tread, little dry rot, and 80% left on those pads. Rest of the undercarriage, like I showed it over here, all looks pretty good. Only problem is that exhaust hanging down. We'll look in the storage compartment and we find big open space. Overall pretty good condition. No rust or anything like that in the doors. All that stuff looks pretty good. Little dents and stuff like that from cargo, but nothing to be unexpected from a work vehicle. The back of the cab here is dented a bit, you can see, from some cargo moving around. A couple of dents here and there. And the slider door does open, just as it should, with no issues. Trims, I mean, weather strip is kind of falling off right there. Other than that, though, it looks pretty good. Inside, the cab looks typical work truck condition. Nothing's broken or anything like that. Everything seems to function correctly, but the seats are a little dirty, a little stained with who knows what, paint or something. Dashboard looks good. Owner's manual is in here. You can see some more paint or whatever on here. And the plastic floors are not broken or anything like that. Toolkit is in here. Everything looks pretty decent. Go around to the driver's side. And door panel looks okay. A little dirty. Needs a good cleanup, but it's all plastic, so I'm sure it would clean up well. And again, this seat is pretty dirty. Paint, etc. all over it. Dash looks good. And all these buttons and such, everything looks in good shape. Some paint marks on the steering wheel, etc. Let's get up in here. Everything looks okay. We'll do a quick startup. It is warmed up now. You will have a cold start video as well. Service is overdue. We have no engine lights or anything like that on. We do have a pending code though, which you'll see in the report. It does start up and it seemed to run pretty well. No major issues. Radio works. And heat is on right now and the AC seems to work as well. And there's the four-wheel drive buttons and descent and things like that. Everything is in place here, nothing's broken. Everything looks pretty good. While we have it running, we're gonna pop the hood. Right where the thing is. There we go. Sorry about that. So here we have running. Seems to run pretty smooth, no major issues. I'm going to shut it down. We'll look closer there. So I find no major leaks or anything like that. A little typical kind of stuff for a diesel, but other than that, seems pretty good. Now the one problem I do find, and I'm not sure why this is, but the belt, the water pump belt, the one that goes around the fan pulley, is off and zip tied to the coolant hole, so it's not doing anything. You see that blank crank pulley down there. So that is it's strange. Not sure why that is like that. Oil checks out well. It's dirty as typical, but we do have a green light, so no major issues. Coolant looks good. Good negative 43, and it is topped right up. Your brake fluid looks good. 0% humidity, and your battery lug, which for jumping it is right here. You push that in, and there you go, is your positive lug. Is good. It was sitting at a little over 12 and charging at about 14.8. Everything looks good under here. Like I said, no major oil or any issues like that. So there you have it. It's 2016 Mercedes Sprinter van. Big, tall, four-wheel drive beast. As usual, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.